Go on, Kai, go on. Go on, Kai, go on. This afternoon, Ashford United 2, Eastbourne Town 1.
Craig, 2-1 victory in the end against a fighting Eastbourne. How did you feel it went?
I thought the first sort of 20 minutes, half hour, we were comfortable and obviously got 2 goals ahead. Then they scored obviously their corner, which was disappointing just after we scored the second. And then I think from that moment the game was just, it was a really poor game of football, I'll be honest. I said to Jude afterwards, that's probably one we're never going to watch back. But also that said, you know, it's important that you win sometimes when you're not playing, when you don't play so well. You know, winning ugly sometimes, and obviously our lads put the bodies on line. Will Moses and Barry Footer, I thought absolutely outstanding. And those, you know, sometimes it's about the defenders taking the credit. And don't get me wrong, I still think we should have won the game. We probably should have won 4 in the end, and that's probably not being unfair. You know, we had a couple of chances. Normally, you put your mortgage on Louis going through and scoring. Sometimes that happens, you know. So we had some really, really good opportunities. So it's not. I mean, we could be turning around and saying like, you know, 1-4-1, it was a brilliant result and all that type of thing. And I still think I'm really happy about the result. The performance, don't get me wrong, wasn't a great performance. It's not a performance that we like to see every week, but it was a very, very good win. And obviously a side that have picked up some good results against people, side that's still playing as they still mean to have something in terms of their league position. And the boys are buzzing downstairs. So yes, it wasn't pretty, but ultimately you win the game, and that's what we've done.
In the first half, there were 2 moments of quality that kind of made the difference. I mean, there's a beautiful move for Gary's goal, which is Joe Lewis Evans down the left was brilliant for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and that's what I said to the boys afterwards. There was a couple of moments of quality, and obviously Joe getting down left-hand side, and we worked on that. You know, you was at training, Jed, and we worked on that on Tuesday and Thursday, balls in the box, and I'd watched them, and I just felt that when the balls went in the box, wasn't always the first contact, but the second contact, they were sometimes maybe a little bit vulnerable, and obviously that chance goes in and they score. It kind of, again, it maybe backs sometimes that you know, I'm watching the right things, and the players see that come into place. So yeah, that was nice. Good bit of quality from Joe, and obviously then Kai took his goal really well for the second. So and we had, like I say, there was moments of quality in there, but it just didn't quite have that last little bit of end product. That, like I say, some people might think, well, it's not very good, but at the end of the day, you know, we won a game. You know, we won 2 on a spin. We're on a good bit of form. The lads are now up to 10th. And like I say, you can win pretty, but if you also, it's important you can prove you can win ugly.
Yeah, and it was really nice to see Kai, because he plays with a smile on his face, and he loved scoring that goal, didn't he?
Yeah, and it shows the character we've now got in the group, and you know, you've got Kai's had to sit around and be patient for a while. We scored a couple of goals. I know the fans love him, and obviously he scored again. But you know, you've got to be patient, some of these lads, and we're talking to them all the time. We're trying to keep them happy. And as you know, it's not always easy, and it's not always possible. Some players that aren't playing or starting every week don't necessarily see that as a positive. But you know, Kai was obviously done well today, got his goal, and he deserved his goal for the patience that he's had in terms of coming on and affecting things. And we've got a really good group now. We've got a good group of boys that know that you know, the ones that are playing will do their best, and then them ones coming off the bench like Bates, like Jed, like Kai, you know, are going to give us something, and they're just going to sort of carry the baton on, and that's important. You know, lads ain't getting brought off because they've had an absolute nightmare. You know, I've told them that I'll make changes at times just to kind of Westy, just to kind of affect things and just to give us a little bit more energy. And that's now something I can do, where I turn around to the bench and go, like, I can bring any of these lads on, you know. And that was the same with Westy. And I said, you know, do you want to come? Like, should you? And he was, you know, as honest as he was, and he was like, well, what am I going to change in terms of, you know, Harrison and Dicko are doing well in there defensively, so we keep it as it is, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be sport for choice next week at Herne Bay, because Sam Hasler's back as well. But you're right, the group are really sort of coming together. Eastbourne have really got where they've got by being a really tight bunch of mates, haven't they? Sort of playing every week. That's where you want to get with your squad, isn't it?
It's where I think, I'll be honest, it's where I think I'm at now. I think that's important, Jez, you know, and that's what I've said to the group, you know, before the game was I've been after a group that is together. I've been after a group that will run for each other, will work for each other when it's not always pretty. And I said, you know, reminding them of back at their place when we didn't have that, and now I feel we do. And that kind of result shows that we do, because it wasn't great, but we still ended up winning the game. Whereas I think if that was potentially 3 months ago, that doesn't happen. And that's just because of some of the lads we've been able to bring in. And what, you know, it's the senior players down there are running things, and it's what they've made happen. It's what they're making happen. And like I've always said, and I've always said it in every interview, I'm a facilitator. So I can only put on certain aspects of things. I can only show them certain things. But they're driving that downstairs. They're bringing that to training. They're working hard in training. Like Tuesday was really, really tough. You know, there were 7 and 8 Ks on a Tuesday night. You know, again on Thursday for what's supposed to be a lighter session, you're getting 5 and 6 Ks. And then obviously the distances will be good today. And they're happy to run now, and they know that's part and parcel. And because of that, like I say, you give yourself a chance to win ugly. If you do them basic things right and you work hard for each other and you're willing to run, you're willing to scrap, you're willing to win second balls, then you give yourself a chance. And I fully believe in this group in terms of the quality they've got. And now they're bringing through that hard graft. You know, you look at the balls at the end, the balls coming in at the throw-ins and stuff, and you're thinking, oh no. But actually, we're first every contact. We're on the next balls. We're trying to clear things. And we're fighting to keep a 2-1 against Eastbourne at home when some might go, well, why? Because we care, you know, because we care. We want to win games of football. And like I say, I'm happy, really happy with the way that we won the game. Like I say, not the performance, but I've been listening to a lot of interviews lately and they're saying it's end of season, it's about getting results. And it is, to a point. It's about getting results. It's always about, it's why we play football, to win games of football. So if you win and the performance is good, it's an extra, but you just win the game ultimately. That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah, well done today. Good 3 points. Going to need that spirit going forward. March is going to looking really tough, isn't it, with the away fixtures? We've got like 5 away fixtures, I think.
Yeah.
So they're going to need that group to be really together.
Yeah, they are. And like I say, credit again to the fans, you know, in terms of, I think it was 400 and 400, yeah, over 400 now. And I've said to the boys as well, can we get the fans here? Can we get them to be well over 500 by the time we finish this season, so that then we can build something in terms of excitement for next season? And you know, yeah, we are going away, which is a shame, because obviously we love playing at home at the minute. We're getting some really good results here, so it is a shame that we're playing away. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be fine.
Nice one. Thanks for talking to us as ever, Craig.
No problem. Pleasure.